we're very excited about this evening. This is, as Dan said, the first time that we come together between SCL and SAG-AFTRA to look at the ins and outs of having live singers on our music as composers.
You know, very often you get in the studio and a producer on television or a director in a film will, of course, make comments about the performance and what should happen here and what should happen there. And very often they don't have any musical, they don't have the musical vocabulary, or they very often will sort of coach singers as if they were actors, and lesser experienced people can, I've seen it, get very, very flustered by that.
Because of that experience, the sessions can go faster. I mean,
absolutely.
You know, they're going to be better sight readers, and they get it done. They also know kind of the type of stuff that is required of them in the film and TV world, whereas often working abroad, you're dealing with people who are maybe proficient in opera or some other, you know, classical things or local folk, but they don't necessarily know the kind of the language that we use in, you know, in film and TV.
When you come to the union, you know you're getting the best talent that there is. You know, you're going to get exactly what you want, the sound that you want. You're going to get it in the least amount of time. You're going to get it, if you want it one way, you may not exactly know what you want, and they'll do several different versions for you. I mean, it is, I am in awe, so, you know.
To teach everybody a little bit more about their contracts. There are some wonderful contractors here in the room with us. I can't see beyond too far, but I'm seeing one in the front row, and there's a couple over here, and Randy and John Joyce. And maybe at the end of the evening, they'll all stand up so you can see them. It helps so much to have a contractor helping you that really understands the contracts, and as Stephanie was saying, can tell you what your costs are going to be.
When I'm on a session as a vocalist, and say maybe it's a big vocal session for choral session for maybe a movie score, and there might be 60 singers or something. That's a big group. And Sal, you know, but then the composer will have different cues where maybe he needs the sopranos to split 3 ways. Mm-hmm. Sally has already worked out. If the sopranos split 3 ways, it's going to be you, and you, and you, and you. You know, she's got that all worked out, so that this isn't a surprise, and you have to sit there and kind of think, okay, what do we do? That's all worked out, you know. Also, the contractor is just sort of in constant communication with the conductor. You know, maybe something is unclear on the chart. So in between takes, you know, she might say, you know, do you want this here, or is this? And then, you know, we're hearing it, we're hearing that conversation, but, you know, she's always sort of looking ahead and figuring out things like that.
Part of the real fun of what I get to do on is Family Guy, because there's just all kinds of music and all kinds of crazy ideas. Basically, Peter Griffin meets OJ and plays golf with him and doesn't realize the backstory. So as this script was being animated, Seth MacFarlane thought that there was just a segment in the second act that just wasn't funny enough. So he called me up and said, I have this wild idea. I want to have the Quahog Opera Company reenact the murders on stage in an opera. I went, what? And he faxed me essentially a 2-page libretto with the lyrics, all the stage directions. He thought it all out, soup to nuts. And he said, you know, go write it. And we need it, you know, like Thursday. So I called Sally, as I always do, and I said, Sally, I need a classical soprano, an alto, a tenor, and a bass, and I need it by Thursday. And she came up with some absolutely wonderful singers.
One of the things people don't think about, I think, with dealing with the union, everybody thinks it's complicated or it's kind of scary. But what we do also is we provide a lot of certainty to what your costs are going to be. You don't have to go in and negotiate individually with different people and not really know what's coming. If you know what you're going to be doing, there's a budget that's very fixed. The rates are fixed. Either the contractor or one of us can help you figuring out what that's going to be, so you know going in exactly what your costs are going to be, and you can budget very efficiently and quickly instead of sort of just starting from ground zero.
Join me in thanking our amazing panelists and